The first thing to ask yourself is, can I make more money on Amazon? So do more of what's working.
So there's a lot of fear with what Amazon might do in the future.
Wealth creation does not come from cash flow businesses. The way you generate wealth is by selling assets. But you shouldn't be looking to keep your business for 30 years. You should be looking to sell it when it's at its peak value.
All right, so I want to move on to the subject of strategy on e-commerce, Ezra, because I know that a lot of people that are here because they want to hear from you in regards to what's working today. So let's say somebody wants to get started with a Shopify site and they have an e-commerce brand already, they have good products, and they want to understand that. So what would you say is the process for getting started in this environment?
So is this for an Amazon business owner?
Well, let's say we do have a lot of, I would tell you that the audience over here is a lot of Amazon sellers that want to understand e-commerce. They want to transition over there. And we also have a lot of brick and mortar owners that have products that they want to learn how to penetrate e-commerce themselves.
Okay, so I actually taught a course for amazing.com. It's called the Beyond FBA Mentorship. And we actually are running a special discount on it. And basically what it does is it teaches you how to transition from Amazon to Shopify. So you have to understand, if you're an Amazon only brand and you're making money on Amazon, the first thing to ask yourself is, can I make more money on Amazon? Can I launch new products? Can I run more ads? Can I, go deeper with what I'm already doing? If the answer is yes, do that. Don't divert your energy because you have something that's working. So do more of what's working. Second is, you've acquired the skill set of being successful on Amazon, of running Seller Central ads, of optimizing your listing, of whatever else, AMG Media Group, of reviews, of, whatever. So the question to ask yourself is, do I have the surplus time and energy to take 20% of my revenue from my business and 20% of my time and invest it in learning a new skill set? Because on Shopify, Amazon is your platform and your traffic source, right? It's both. It's where you sell and also where you get customers. On Shopify, you got to build the platform, which is actually multiple pieces of technology. It's Shopify, it's Facebook ads, it's Google Analytics, it's Klaviyo, it's Zipify apps, et cetera, et cetera. So you got to build all that. Then you got to drive traffic to it through advertising, or hire a company like yours, YouTube ads, Instagram ads, Facebook ads. And so step one, if you're going to transition off of Amazon, is understand why you're doing it. Now, most people think, well, I want to transition off of Amazon so that I can stabilize my brand and I'm not, as subject to the volatility of the Amazon marketplace. So I'm not as, subject to the volatility of the Amazon marketplace, so that I can have, own some assets, like own email addresses and own, audiences, and have customers of my own that I can market to. And so that I can just have more stability in my business. Let me tell you. So on that particular point, Ezra, I can give you the point that people tell me all the time why they want to move away from Amazon. This is good feedback that you might be interested in. They tell me all the time that they want to be able to build something that they can hand over to their children one day, because they don't believe that Amazon is going to give them that. Like, they don't believe that Amazon is something that they can hand over and build a brand that lasts for generations to come. But there's a belief that if you have your own e-commerce, your own Shopify site, your own website, your own traffic source, and you control the identities, then you get to actually have something that is longevous, right? That you can build for generations to come. And that's something that I've heard people like, why? If it's working on Amazon, why not just do more of Amazon? Well, because a lot of these people wake up scared that Amazon is going to wake up on the wrong side of the bed and not like them anymore and shut them down. And like you said, Amazon is both the platform and the traffic. So if Amazon doesn't like you anymore, that's the end of your business. So there's a lot of fear with what Amazon might do in the future, and also there's a lot of desire to build something long-term. That's usually what I get. So that's flawed logic, and here's why. Your goal should not be to hold your business forever, okay? So let me explain how wealth creation works, in case some folks are in mystery about this. Wealth creation does not come from cash flow businesses. People who generate, if you want generational wealth, it ain't coming from a business that kicks off cash flow every month. That's not how you get it. The way you generate wealth is by selling assets. Let me explain this the way my parents' generation did it, okay? My parents' generation, they took their 401ks when those existed, don't really have those anymore. And they invested them in real estate asset. They let that asset appreciate over 10, 20, 30 years. They sold that asset for more than it was worth. They generated true wealth to pass on to their children. The way you and I generate wealth is through building businesses or buying businesses and then selling them. 80% of the money you'll ever make in business is the day you sell your asset. So the reason why I tell people to expand off of Amazon is because an Amazon only business is worth between 1 and 3 times its profit per year. So if you have an Amazon business, makes $1 million in revenue per year at $100,000 profit, you can sell it tomorrow for between $100,000 and $300,000 liquid cash. Now that liquid cash you can use to buy more assets or build more assets that then appreciate, that you then sell, right? So you make your wealth by selling assets, not by running cash flow businesses. And so the goal of a business should be to one day sell it 5 to 10 years down the line and then start the process over. So if your goal is generational wealth, and I understand people want to make money, so I tell them, hey, take your Amazon business, and this is what I teach in the Beyond FBA mentorship. All we got to do is get 10 to 20% of your revenue coming from off of Amazon. That's all we have to do. So we have to build out your technology stack, set you up on Shopify, build out all the pages of your site, optimize your sales funnel, and then we got to start driving traffic and remarketing people who were looking for you on Amazon and remarketing people who've been to your site. Because if we can get 10% of your revenue coming from your Shopify store, now when you go to sell that Amazon brand, it's worth 4 or 5 the profit per year, because you have some stability. You've shown the buyer that, hey, you can look what I did. I created an infrastructure for Shopify and there's a lot of room to grow that. You buy this from me and now you've got a platform. It shows that you've got assets, that you've got a site, that you've got an audience, that you've got an email list. So my point is, yes, you should be looking to expand off of Amazon for all the reasons that we talked about, but you shouldn't be looking to keep your business for 30 years. You should be looking to sell it when it's at its peak value, which is when you've gotten it to about 75% of where it can go, where there's 25% more to go that you can see. You sell that, you get a whole big chunk of money that you can, $400,000 today is worth 100 times 10 grand a month over 5 years. Like you can do a lot more with liquid chunks of capital than you can with the cash flow that's kicked off from a business, because a business needs money in the bank. It's got overhead, it's got inventory, it's got staff salary. And so if you're confident in your ability to rebuild, you should be looking to sell. And private equity is the asset class that has the highest return in America of any asset class. And what private equity companies do is they go and they buy brands, they leave the management team in place, they support them in growing the business, and then they sell those brands. So that's the game I play, is building assets and selling them, buying assets and selling them. And that's how you generate true wealth. So I just want to, for the folks who are worried about, I'm not going to hand my Amazon business over to my kid. Well, you shouldn't be thinking about that anyways. You should be thinking about, when am I going to sell my Amazon brand and build another one?